Hey, sports fans, I'm Marius Roman.
And I'm Eugenie Hillian, and this is another presentation of the Red Sea TV's
R&D Sports Show.
Thanks for tuning in again today.
That's right, guys. Thank you.
Today we're going to cover the new rule changes in football.
That's right.
I mean, are they good? Are they bad for the sport?
That's right.
Well, let's discuss. We'll see.
Well, we both have a different opinion on what's going on and what's best for the NFL right now. Obviously, the NFL, their biggest issue right now is the alarming concussions, or the amount of concussions and the information that they're getting from their research department as far as the actual effects after football, once they leave football, what it's really causing the players.
Their bigger concern is concussions. Their biggest concerns are lawsuits about that stuff coming on
Obviously.
from former players.
Sure.
But when it's too much, you know, when all these rules changing, couple seasons, it's all been on the defensive side, you know. The defensive, you know, they can't tackle, you can't, you know, offense has all the breaks. Well, now with this new rule change, where the running back can't duck his head for extra yards, or else he gets flagged 15 yards. Are you serious? I mean, this is taking the game way too far. I mean, this is too much. I mean, now you're taking one of the most excitable elements of the game, where you see a running back, you know, trying to fight for those extra yards, ducking his head, you know, bulldozing people over.
Right.
You take that out of the game, man, people are just going to start, you know, watching rugby.
Listen, everybody knows that football, American football, is the most violent sport that we have right now in this country, right?
That's right.
And the reality is that in other sports, athletes can play for a lot longer period of time because they don't put their body through so much, you know, injuries and so much stress. Football, that's not the case. You know, you have a shorter time span to be able to play the game, make some good money, get in, get out, and basically go from there. Do some commercials and things like that during the process. The idea is to try to help these athletes to play as long as they can, and the number one overall goal is their safety. That's me. That's just me saying that.
Yeah, but I think it's taking too much out of it. These players going into it, they know through high school, through college ball, they know what they're getting into. They know it's a physical sport. You know, they're not going to survive. You know, NFL player's career normally averages around 3 years or less.
Right.
So they know going into it. Now, putting these rules in there, you're just taking the fun out of the game. You know, it's gonna. I don't know what it's gonna cause, but it's not gonna be a great product on the field anymore.
Well, you gotta think, when is enough is enough, right? You have, for example, Junior Seau recently. You know, they looked at his brain after they did his autopsy after he killed himself. You know, and there was a lot of brain damage there. You know, from all those hits.
Yeah, those stories are sad to see, and I understand where they're coming from. You know, trying to protect their brand as well. You know, the NFL's trying to protect their brand, but I think in trying to overprotect their brand, they're actually hurting it. You know, being harmful to it, because people are starting to tuning out. You know, they're not going to want to watch, you know, flags thrown every play now. You know, on the offensive side and the defensive side, and games are going to get longer now. I mean, you saw how long it's been getting. You know, they started at 2.5 games, now they're going to 3-hour games.
Right.
Who knows how long it's going to start getting now? And people are not going to sit around and watch that.
Well, Jeff Fisher, who is the head coach for the St. Louis Rams, is also on the NFL's competition committee, and he recently chimed in about this rule that they're trying to implement, and he specifically stated it does not ban a running back from going sideways with his head, right sideways, right, or even with the front part, you know, with their face mask. The idea is the crown of the helmet.
I understand it, but when a running back's trying to get extra yards, what is he trying to do? Go side to side with his head? No, he's ducking that head and going forward, trying to get that first down. The all-important first down in football. You know, you got to duck that head and go forward. You're not going side to side, bobbing it. I think it's going to take a lot out of the game.
But is that extra half yard important for your career? Is that the last rush you're going to have in your life or in your career? Is that worth it to get that extra yard?
Yes, for some people it is, because what if that extra half yard gets you that extra yard you needed to qualify for that extra bonus that you signed your contract for?
So it's about money.
It all comes down to money for both sides. For the NFL, you know, it comes down to money because of the lawsuits. For the players, it comes down to money too, because the more first downs they get, more yards they get, you know, more achievements they accomplish on the field, more money they get in bonuses and salary. So,
well, hey, a couple years ago there was a big issue with how they were looking at quarterbacks, right? And at the same time, whenever they looked at the quarterback situation, they made sure that the quarterback wasn't hit very often. So now a couple years down the road, now we're not really talking as much about it. Everybody knows, don't hit the quarterback, leave the quarterback out of it.
Yeah, that's true. But see, that's again on the defensive side. Now they're trying to mess with the offensive side, I don't know. I just don't see it going in a good spot.
Yeah,
don't see it at all.
I just think in general, it's for the player safety, and when any time it has to do with the player safety, we see a lot of retired players. They're getting together about possibly putting a lawsuit together to go against the NFL, and there's
a couple of them out there already.
Yeah, and there's a very good chance they might succeed at this. Because of the fact that there's so many ramifications once you leave football, that the NFL needs to make sure they take care of their guys. Look at all these people that retire from their companies. They've got a pension plan, they got medical benefits and all that. They get taken care of once they leave the company.
See, I agree with that.
How about the NFL?
They should do that. I agree with that. They should offer players a greater pension than they have right now.
Right.
But concerning the rule changes on the field, I don't agree with that newest one. You can't fault a running back for trying to get those extra yards like that.
Well, it's obviously going to affect the game in some way, but I don't think it's going to get to the point where we're watching rugby or we're watching flag football. Obviously, there's still hitting going on.
I think it's going to get to a point where people are going to get turned off.
There will be a lot of times where refs are going to have to make some really tough calls. It's going to put a lot of the game in the hands of some of these refs. They really will.
And who likes to watch that? Who likes to watch that?
Hey,
let the players decide.
We saw the replacement refs for a couple weeks there, so
and they helped my team out. We're good.
That's right, against Green Bay. There you go. Good example.
Great one.
So, but hey, it is what it is. I just think you got to take care of your players, regardless of what you got to do. And some of these owners need to give up some of this money collectively so they can help and support their players. Their players are the ones doing the playing.
I was surprised that 31 out of the 32 coaches signed off on this rule. I was surprised that was almost unanimous.
So. True.
They're trying to save their product too. So I can see it coming.
That's right.
Well,
it is what it is.
Again, we disagree, but
it's all right.
Hey, that's what we like about it.
It's part of the show. That's what we're here to do, guys.
That's right.
Hey, guys, check us again on our Facebook page at R&D Sports Show. If you like this particular segment or topic, chime in. Let us know what your opinion is on this or any other sports topic that you might be interested in talking about. Let us know. Hit us up,
guys.
Like
us up. Share it around. Try to get us. Trying to get as much feedback as we can, improve the show, improve topic choices and stuff like that. And we'll be, we can't cover everything on the shows.
True.
So we'll be talking different stuff throughout the week, posting different stuff, videos, whatever.
That's right.
So like us, check us out, and appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I'm Marius Roman.
I'm Eugene D. Hillian.
And this is the R&D Sports Show on Red Sea TV.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.